Welcome to Active Club Manager Training. Session 1, Managing Customers. Lesson 3, Adding a Customer. Let's go ahead and get started. Much of your work with Active Club Manager will involve creating, searching, and editing records in the customer list. In this lesson, we are going to add a new customer to the list. The first step is to open the customer list. The customer list contains information on all your different types of customers. To open the customer data list, using the data access bar on the left-hand side of your screen, click once on the customer icon. Click the new record icon in your action icon list underneath your main menu. This opens the customer data entry dialog with a new record where you will enter the customer details. I'm going over just the basics, which will be general, memberships, communication, address, shipping, and credit card. All the other tabs have extra features. For those extra features, please refer to Active Club Manager User's Guide. Let's go ahead and start entering the information in the customer data entry. At the top where you see record details, type customer is your default. If you need, you could choose another option in the dropdown. The subtype is not required. The date is the date that you entered this customer into the system. To change the date, just click on the calendar and you can adjust the date. Created by tells you how this customer was created. Right now it says Club System. If this customer signed themselves up on the website, it would say website. If you signed up this customer using your POS station, it will say POS. Let's go ahead and jump down to customer name. Click on first name field and enter the customer's first name. The middle name is not required. Tab over to the last name and enter the customer's last name. When you tab to the full name, the system will automatically enter that information. To enter a date of birth, you must first initiate the date of birth by checking the box. I find it easiest to use the calendar to change the month and day, then highlight the year by clicking on the year and enter the year. Once you tab over, it will automatically enter the birth month. The spouse's name is not required, but it can be helpful when shipping packages. The spouse's date of birth and wedding date are not required and used for promotional reasons. If this customer is buying this membership as a gift for another customer, check the box. Prepaid member is if the customer has already paid for a length of time for all club shipments. Check the box to initiate. Description is there for you to use as you see fit. It is not required. Driver's license number and license state are not required. The web access. This gives your customer access to their online account. To assign a web identity, click the button Assign Web Identity. If the customer signs up via the website, the customer will create their own username and password. To create a username and password in a batch job, we will go over how to do that in a later session. For now, let's just click Save. Now let's go to the Membership tab. You may offer memberships in a variety of clubs with different options and features. The membership tabs list all your clubs and display the customer's status in all those clubs of which they are a member. Your clubs are broken down into different sections, and all of them work the same way. You may have membership tab 1, 2, 3, depending on how many different clubs you have. For each club the new customer will belong to, start off by entering the status. We have active, inactive, and on hold. If you're entering a new customer, of course we're going to choose active. When we choose active, the member since date initiates. If you need to adjust the date, click on the calendar and adjust the date. If the customer is now inactive, you choose inactive and the expiration date initiates. If you need to adjust the date, you can adjust the date. If the customer is on hold, it will initiate the suspend date. Then you could choose a restart date by initiating the date and adjusting the date that you need. Let's go ahead and uncheck all of those and make this customer active. Now, if this is a prepaid member, choose the expiration date. Enter a future date so that the system will automatically make this customer inactive for you on this defined date. If you have different types in each one of your clubs, choose the type that the customer has requested. Now, if the customer has chosen to cancel their membership, you can enter a cancellation reason so that you can track why your customers are canceling their memberships. When you're done entering the information, just click Save. On the Communications tab, enter the home phone number. All other phone numbers are optional. The email address, enter the email address of the customer who's paying. You can enter multiple email addresses by separating them with a semicolon. Email opt-in and opt-in date indicates whether the customer wants to receive your marketing emails. Email address giftee is for the person receiving the gift, so you can notify the giftee that they have a gift coming. Email address validation is completed as a batch in your Actions menu. We will go over how to do that in a future lesson. For now, when you're done entering the information, click Save to save your changes. On the Address tab, this is the mailing address of the customer. If this is a wholesale customer, enter the company name, enter the new customer's postal mailing address below, click the Distribute Mailing Address button to copy the address to the address fields on the Shipping and Credit Card tabs. Calculate proximity of customer based on zip code determines the distance to the customer's zip code area. This can be completed as a batch in your Actions menu. We will go over how to do that in a future lesson. Address validation. This can be completed as a batch in your Actions menu. We will go over how to do that in a future lesson. If this is a gift membership, enter a message from the person buying the gift to the person receiving the gift membership in the gift message box. When you're done entering or changing your information, click Save to save your changes. On the Shipping tab, if this is a gift membership, this tab is where you enter the giftee's name, address, phone number, and birth date. At the top, we have Ship Method. The customer's preferred method for receiving merchandise is either pickup or ship. There is a default. Make sure you are adjusting this when entering a customer record. Special ship discount. If all shipments to this customer will receive a discount on shipping other than a standard for the club shipments, enter the discount percentage here. Pickup location. Choose the customer's preferred pickup location. There is a default. Enter the information even if this is a shipping customer, in case your shipping customer decides to pick up in the future. Shipping address. Enter the customer's shipping address for merchandise. If it is the same as the customer's mailing address, click Copy Mailing Address to copy it from the Address tab. Hold at FedEx location. Check if the customer prefers to pick up packages at a designated FedEx pickup location. Email tracking info to customer from carrier with shipments. When checked, tracking emails from the shipper is forwarded to the customer. This only works for FedEx and UPS. Residential address. Check if the shipping address is a residential address. Date of birth is required for shipping alcohol. Phone on label, required by UPS and FedEx. Override shipping rules. Only use these fields for exceptions. Contact Active Club support or use the Active Club Manager User's Guide if you need instructions on how to use these. Address validation. This can be completed as a batch in your action menu. We will go over that in a future lesson. When you're done entering the information, click Save to save your changes. On the Credit Card tab, choose the credit card type if you would like. Otherwise, the credit card type will fill in automatically once you click Save and you have all the other information filled in. We're going to go ahead and choose Visa. Enter the credit card number. From there, you should enter the expiration month and year for the customer's address. If this is the same as the customer's mailing address, click Copy Mailing Address, and all the information below will be filled in for you. Once you have all the information filled in, click Save. Once you click Save, the credit card number will be X'd out and only the last 4 digits will display. Also, you should see tokenized as yes with a Vault ID. If you do not, there is an issue with the credit card number you have typed. The credit card check status authorized means that you've typed the first 4 digits are for a Visa and that there is enough digits in the credit card number and the credit card is not currently expired. It does not mean that that is a valid credit card and that is enough funds on that credit card. The tabs that I have just went over are the tabs that are required to process a club transaction in Active Club Manager. You may have a reason to use Notes, Source, Accounting, Marketing, Selection, or Statistics in the future. If you need information on any of those tabs, please refer to Help or your Active Club Manager User's Guide. Let's go ahead and view the change log for all the changes that I have made. Click on Change Log for the customer data entry and the change log will open. Every time I have hit Save, the system has recorded all the changes that I have made. To view those changes, click on one of the entries in the list and you can view the changes that has been made. Not only will you see your name with the date that you made changes, if the customer themselves logs in on the website and makes a change, their name will also appear. If one of your staff in your tasting room uses the POS to update a customer record, that person who is currently logged into the POS, their name will display along with the date and what changes they made. If you have any questions how to use the change log, please refer to the Active Club Manager User's Guide. For now, I'm just going to cancel out of this. We also have an extra button on the customer data entry called Transaction History. When I click on Transaction History, the transaction data entry list will open, listing all the transactions that this customer has had. If you have any questions about what I went over today, please feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching.